Good evening and welcome to Tonganoxie High School East Gym. We are set up, again, kind of a little bit of a scramble as we kind of played a little Keystone Cops juggling recording spots up here as the Tonganoxie High School streaming and the coaching staff from the previous game cleared out, and then we are all set up and ready to go. And
I mean, that's the grand thing about tournaments, John, is that it's not just your team and their opponents playing. You got a whole lot of moving parts in this. So.
Yep.
All right, so as we just wrapped up the girls' side of the Tonga Invitational bracket, we're ready for some expedition play.
Mainly focusing on this.
We're ready for tonight's ball game. Of course, how we got here tonight, there's been a little bit of schedule conflict. We'll get into that when we have our next break. Nevertheless, Eudora will start off with the game with the opening possession. Here's Raiders. He passes it on to Ham. Ham trying to look down inside to Justin Fawcett. Just overshot him. And an early turnover for Eudora will give early possession to the Chieftains. For our viewers back at home with a great memory, the Chieftains and the Cardinals played right here in this very gym right before the Christmas break at the tail end of the 2020 half of the season. Chieftains walking away with the victory that night, 48-43. It was a very bang-bang game, kind of a boat race, a little bit of a shootout. Could see the very same tonight. One big plus for the Chieftains is on that night, Dallas Bond was not eligible. He was a scratch. Tonight he is playing, and he has the ball down right now as he dishes it back out to Riley Beach, who finds Roberts. He's going to drive. He's going to kick it now out to Wilson. Wilson gives a fake, puts up a three instead. It connects! And a great start here for Coach Jones and his Tonganoxie Chieftains.
and hopefully the Chieftains will be able to keep that pace up from three. Again, one of the things we've seen is when the Chieftains are hitting from outside, they seem to have a lot of success on the year. And
absolutely. I mean, once they get going, they are very, very hard to stop and contain. So we look at the starters tonight. The Chieftains came out with their original starters of the whole season: Poggi, Robbins, Wilson, Bond, and Beach. Poggi, great active fans there. We'll stay down here on this end. For Eudora, they rolled out with the same five since last time we saw them, with Ham, Hammerschmidt, Rader, Fawcett, and Apps. Hammerschmidt inbounds. He gives it to Rader. More ball moving around and finds his way back out to Hammerschmidt for three, and nothing but the bottom of the net. It's a great answer to the Chieftains three. Wilson, as he swings it out to Poggi. Poggi thinks about it, pulls the trigger instead. Just almost went in. Robbins got a hand on it, and they're going to say last touch by a Cardinal. And he'll stay down here with the Chieftains. John, that is something we've really seen Heston Robbins do really well. When he's down low, he can just reach up with that long wingspan of his and tip the ball out in any direction. A huge advantage for the Chieftains.
Absolutely, especially being able to, even if you can't come down with it, either tip it out to a teammate or off of an opponent and out. Either way, it gives the ball back to the Chieftains, and it's the goal of the game.
Yep, active hands. Poggi driving, he's going to give it to Wilson. Looks like we're going to have a foul call down here on Eudora. And this will be their first team foul of the evening. They're going to call it on number 22, Ty Apps.
When you've got the possession down here, just go ahead and take it down the corner.
Wilson inbound. He inbounds it to Beach. He's taken on by Hammerschmidt. Last game, Beach had a heyday, especially from three-point range. Last time he faced the Cardinals, going 5 for 8. Chieftains swinging it around the horn. Wilson getting the screen from Bond. He's going to give it up to Beach. Back to Poggi. Good ball movement here. Poggi's going to try to take himself on the drive, just off the back iron. Robbins tipped it again, but unfortunately to no teammate. Here come the Cardinals. Hammerschmidt's going to drive baseline. He tries to dish it out. Good save out there by Apps, using his long wingspan. Rader for three. No good. Zipped around. Poggi has it. He's got Wilson and Robbins. Who's going to take it? Robbins will. He cannot finish, but Wilson is there to clean up. I honestly thought maybe did he have enough room to try to dunk it, but obviously not. Went for the layup. Still a little bit too strong.
I think he might have been a little scared after the three misses earlier this year. And
absolutely.
He was open, he had time, but
Let's talk about it. It was that Atchison game, the second game of the year. He attempted 2 dunks in that game and missed both of them, so maybe a little bit of the yips from here on out. Eudora still staying alive on this drive, getting third chance.
Great work by Rader to send the ball out and then, wow.
Fourth chance. Fourth time is definitely not the charm. The Chieftains finally corral it. Here comes Beach. He gives it to Poggi. Back out to Bond. He's going to drive, and they're going to call him with the travel first.
It's collected and landed with both feet and then picked him up and slow putting the ball down on the floor. So
I was kind of curious if he might have stopped at the top of the arch, maybe tried to 3. We haven't really seen Dallas Bond try to show off that long-range shot yet, but there you go. Here's Ham down low, using his big presence to go up and over, and we have a tie ball game at 5 here early in the first.
Where's the ball?
Chieftain swinging it around. Bond collects at the elbow, do a little spin, gives it back to Beach. Jump shot from almost the free throw line, no good. Good rebound there by Bond. Giving it out to Robbins, he wants it. He's going to take the shot. Just in and out. And here comes Trigger Raider with the ball. So he gives it to Ham, now he's going to give it to Apps. Apps is going to drive, looking for Ham off the screen. He gets a good underneath layup. Very athletic play there by Jaden Ham. Now Beach tried to sling it in there to Robbins. Wasn't quite expecting it. And a turnover by the Chieftains, giving it back to Eudora.
Great idea by Beach there, but Robbins just wasn't quite ready for it, wasn't thinking about it, and so.
Okay, we got number 20, Connor Dunback checking in for Eudora. And number 24, we don't apparently have on our rosters. Hopefully we can get his name when we look at our halftime stats. Or somebody in the comment section knows, please let us know. Maybe we can give that young man the credit he deserves for all the plays that he makes.
Pull it up from the last time we got it. Again, with the tournament roster, we were given a short roster, so that's what we printed out for us. And then, unfortunately, with the small changes here and there, we will.
All right, Zane Novotny is going to make his first appearance in the ballgame tonight, taking out Blake Poggi. On the Beach crossing the timeline, he gives it right to Novotny, fresh off the bench. Novotny's looking around, gives it to Robbins, down low to Bond. Good find and a heavy attack down below, and Bond will be going to the line for 2 for sure. We'll be waiting to see who they call this on. I believe it's going to be on Jaden Ham. It is. That'll be his first. Second team foul on Eudora for tonight. Bond strong off the back iron. And it's every time. I can't ever help it bringing it up, but every basketball player has their own free throw line ritual, and Dallas Bond is definitely one of the most unique. He kind of spins it out there, and right when he comes to the line, it's like collecting a jump shot. He puts the shot up, definitely one that always sticks in the back of my mind. Here's Eudora looking to extend their lead. There's Apps trying to dribble around. He's going to give it to Ben Thorne. He'll take a shot. A little too strong there, taken in by Heston Robbins. Novotny tried to sling it back to Robbins, almost couldn't handle it. Chieftain swinging it around the horn. Beach is going to collect. He's giving it to Wilson. Pump fake. Almost lost a handle on it there. Novotny guarded by Dunback. Tries to put the spin on him. Good drive there. Tried to sling it one hand, and Dunback was ready for it. Intercepting the ball. Now he's going to give it to 24. Now it's going to go back to Ty Apps, who drives. Going up with the right hand. And Dallas Bond draws the offensive foul. Great job by number 15, Dallas Bond, setting the feet, taking the contact. Chieftains making another early substitution as Mikey Conroy will be making the first appearance. Taking out Andrew Wilson. And Ty Apps will be coming off the court to catch a breather. They give it to Conroy right off the bench. He takes it at the point. Dribbling around, tries to give it to Beach. Hammerschmidt making it hard on him. Now to Robbins, now to Novotny. Bond's coming up to set the screen. Novotny takes it, couldn't find him on the cut. Now Robbins gonna drive. Now the ball will get back to Riley Beach and they'll reset the offense. Giving it to Bond at the elbow. He'll give it to Novotny in the wing. He's not afraid to shoot the three just because of that. Nothing but net from Zane Novotny as he gives the Chieftains back the lead. Eudora tried to respond there. No good for the shot from Fawcett. They're going to say that was last touch by a Chieftain. Blake Poggi coming back into the ball game, taking out Heston Robbins. Hammerschmidt's looking to inbound. He's looking for Thorne. He's going to find Dunn back in the corner. Now back to Thorne. Swinging around, number 24. Going to try to do the little floater, and we're going to have a foul on the floor. Never mind, it will be a shooting foul. And that will be the Chieftains' first foul as I'm waiting for the number to pop up, and it'll be on number 22, Mikey Conroy. Good on the first one. Traeger Raider checking back into the ball game, taking out Cale Hammerschmidt. And he's good on his second. Definitely very similar from the first matchup. It is no more than 2 3-point leads for each team. Poggi, good fake on the drive and able to finish at the rim.
Great work there by Poggi. You know, recognizing the open lane there, and
there's a call to travel there on Connor Dunback. Be coming back to the Chieftains.
As we've dug into the archives here, we found the young man wearing number 24 for Eudora's Logan Sullivan, a 6'1" freshman.
There's some very valuable playing time here for the freshman getting in here. Great varsity action here. Here is Sullivan as he takes on Conroy. Conroy gives it to Novotny. Looking to give it back to Beach. He instead keeps it himself. Keeps driving. Now he's going to go baseline. Swinging it back out to Conroy, and I think they're going to say he stepped on the baseline first. Andrew Wilson pending ditching the mask there. Coming back into the game, taking out Zane Novotny. Sullivan on point. He's going to bring it up. Waiting to see if Beach or Conroy take him on. He's going to give it to Dunback. Dunback looking. He's going to give it back to Sullivan. Here's Sullivan again as we're approaching 15 seconds and counting here left in the first quarter. Thought he was going to pull it up there. Sullivan's going to take his shot just a little bit too strong. Collected by Poggi, and they're going to say his heel touched the baseline. And again,
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's one of those from our vantage points. You know, it looked close, but obviously the official was right there. Eyes were right on it. Yeah, he thought the Chieftains had a great chance to try to get down quick, and somebody put up a great shot, but Eudora's going to get one more crack at it before we end the first quarter.
It's a little bit easier with the white soles and the red body of the sneaker on that right. Well, how we get
and talk about a blessing. Talk about a blessing as Hammerschmidt slings it to Zane Novotny on the bench.
And I'm saying we saw this in the girls' game earlier when nobody touched, so we're going to see the ball come back to the point of entry, and I think we're going to have some discussion down here. And there we go.
Got the thumbs up. And we are ready to go. Wilson will be inbounding. Eudora's going to bring a little bit of a press as he gives it to Poggi. Poggi's got a dribble, but oh no! And an easy layup for Hammerschmidt as time expires. And we will end the first quarter on that note. We have a tight game right now at the end of one. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
With the First State Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back here to Tonganoxie High School. We have a tied game right now at 11 apiece. It's ones all across the board.
Tomorrow, I was going to see if you want to do stats. Are you going to be here tomorrow?
No, I'm busy this weekend.
Okay.
But next game, yes, for sure.
There's Poggi down underneath, trying to put up a
Foul!
basket. As my colleague said, where is the foul, but none was called. Here comes Eudora back down. Raider trying to put up a shot, maybe a little bit too forced on that one. Beach collects, and he dribbles out of trouble. Giving it to Poggi at the wing. He's going to sling it up to Wilson. And Wilson moved the feet before he put the ball on the ground. That will be another turnover. Good job there by Poggi, jumping off his back foot to swat that away. Beach, who might have taken that, and I believe that probably is one, and they're going to call him for the foul anyways. I know Riley Beach is, the selfless kind of senior. He's got that selfless senior role here on this team, but that one wide open from three, he probably should have just taken that one. So that'll be Beach's first foul. It'll be the second team foul on the Chieftains this quarter. Sullivan takes a three, no good. Wilson collects it with one hand. He immediately gives it to Poggi. As he gives it to Beach, this time finding Robbins underneath and finishing down low.
Now that's when you go with the unselfish play there.
Yep. First time doesn't work, do it a second time. Ham jumping up to collect. Going up, left hand, cannot finish, and again, just another mishandle there. I don't know if it went off Poggi's foot or if him and Beach both going for it knocked it out, but nevertheless, it will stay down here with Eudora. Got Dunback and Apps checking back into the game for Eudora, taking out Sullivan and Raider. And nobody around Dunback on the inbounds. He gives it to Ham, now to Hammerschmidt. Eudora swinging it around as Fawcett. Back to Hammerschmidt. The southpaw takes the three. Too strong off the iron. And another rebound for Heston Robbins. Tyler Simpson also checking in for the Chieftains.
Beach may want to, again, appreciate the unselfish attitude, but is trying to pass into four Cardinals is not a good recipe there.
Yeah, that's. And then down here on this other end, while we're talking about him, he gets called for the reach-in foul there. Novotny and Bond will check back in for the Chieftains, taking out Simpson and Poggi. Dunback will inbound it right in front of the Tongi bench. He's looking around. Right back to him. He's going to give it down low to Fawcett. Fawcett trying to work and loses handle of it. And here comes Andrew Wilson. Beach going to take the NBA range three. Short off the front iron. Apps dribbling around, pump fake, gives it to Ham. Another offensive foul. This time by the doing of number 13, Andrew Wilson. Now Braden Bierbauer will be checking in for the first time tonight for Eudora. Bringing out Justin Fawcett. That last offensive foul was called on Jaden Ham. That'll be his second. There's Novotny as he is guarded by Cody Loganville. Now finds Wilson. Back to Beach at the top of the perimeter. And
There you go.
connecting. And Eudora is going to want to take a timeout to try to stop the roll of the Chieftains. It's a full timeout. We will go ahead and take that with them. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. That's why they are continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie, like hunter education courses, short sports, for and under instructional soccer, and so much more. Registration is open for spring soccer from now until February 5th. For more information or to get registered, go to tongirec.org or call the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission at 913-845-3502.
All right, Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, you'll find personalized coverage designed for you. As an agency, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. And we are back here out of the timeout. Eudora wanting to take a minute there as they kind of saw their lead and the eventual tie kind of get landslided away as a slew of Chieftains points got put on the board, especially with Riley Beach's big three there. And it's just like we talked about, John, this Chieftain offense, when they are clicking, they are just clicking and firing on all cylinders.
You know, and with the success in the offense, the defense feels a little bit stronger there, as you see Novotny guarding and pestering, forcing the turnover. And
this time they're going to call Bierbauer with another travel. Wilson slinging it over to Novotny as he brings it across the timeline. And now to Beach, he gets the screen from Bond. They're going to call him with the illegal screen there. A little bit of a, kind of looked like a little bit of a chip block that we saw that young man do a lot in the fall, playing that tight end position. That'll be the fourth team foul on Tongi, and that'll be Bond's first. Very closer to another travel by Bierbauer. Loganville getting trapped down there in the corner, almost had him. He's able to get out of it. Giving it to Apps for three, no good. Bierbauer comes down with it, and he's going to give it back to Apps at the logo. Now Bierbauer in the corner again, trying to go back inside, couldn't connect. Apps taking the jumper. I think Robin's got a piece of it.
absolutely.
Yep. Novotny trying to sling it down to Robbins, able to collect it. Oh, he just cannot finish. A very risky pass as Dunback got a hand on it. Robbins still able to collect it, but just couldn't quite finish down underneath on the rush layup. Apps trying it for three from the corner. No good. Novotny collects. Now another outlet pass to Robbins. This time he will finish. And give credit to Novotny, a great find down the court, putting it right in the pocket of Robbins. He couldn't have handed it to him any better.
Obviously been taking lessons from Blake Poggi on those passes.
Absolutely. Now Robbins tries to dish, or Beach to Robbins. Come back out to Novotny, who he drives, tries to give it to Beach in the corner. He collects, puts up the three. No good. Taken by Robbins. Big collision there. Good to see that he is up and well. And it looks like Eudora's going to be switching out a whole entire five. Poggi comes back in for Tongi, taking out Heston Robbins.
Line change Eudora.
Eudora, I got Cole Parker, Trey Rager, Hammerschmidt, Fawcett,
And Sullivan.
Full line. You don't really see those a lot of times, especially this early in the games, a full 5 change.
This is kind of, certainly a unique situation in many senses for these teams. One, they've played each other already once a season, so they kind of know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
And the other is, Tonganoxie for Eudora, this is kind of a makeup game because they're going to play Jefferson West tomorrow. And Tonganoxie, it's a makeup game from last night where they're supposed to play Jefferson West. So it really means nothing in the tournament standings, but
it's just going out and it's playing basketball.
Exactly. It's another opportunity for these young men to get on the court and their parents to see them and for us to bring you the broadcast. Nice dish.
Sullivan able to connect the first basket of the night for the freshman.
Here's Beach dribbling in, gives it back out to Wilson. A little strong off the iron, and it touches the backboard, top of the backboard. Eudora ball. Robbins checks back in, taking out.
Actually, it looks like there was a foul whistled on Heston Robbins there. That was a stoppage.
Well, it says 4 on the board.
Okay, well, we're going to go with the board because I saw the referee hold up 5, and I heard him say 5, I thought, but, hey.
Oh, for the moment, the board says that'll be the first foul tonight on Blake Poggi. Yeah, we will see the final stats at halftime. We'll see the final total of fouls, so give us time. And that time just overshooting Heston Robbins. I know he's got those long arms, but that one just a little bit too out of reach. Eudora passing the ball around, trying to find the opening. Hammerschmidt. Double overhand pass to Poggi, and he tried to give it to Wilson. It was quickly deflected. Bond collects, and he's going to give it back to Poggi. Good defense there by Sullivan, but it goes back to Poggi. Trying to finish strong with the left hand. It's just a little bit too much mustard on that one. I was kind of wondering if it might have gotten trapped up there in the railings of the baskets, kind of creating one of those spunky, you don't see that every day type of basketball.
I said that would be a first for me. Again, as we've touched on, I've seen like 4 or 5 wedged between the iron and the glass in the past year or so, and
possible. Riley Beach got a good hand on it. Wilson's going to try to take it himself over Cole Parker, and he is able to finish, taking the Chieftains lead to 8 as we are under a minute left to play in the first half. Parker again, another tip by Beach. Robbins collects, now it's going back to Beach as he finishes off the glass. And the Chieftains have their first double-digit lead of this game.
Back-to-back fast break points for the Chieftains off turnovers, and
you can definitely tell the confidence and swagger are starting to set in here. Eudora looking for some answer before they head to the locker room. Another dangerous pass, but Parker's able to collect as he gives it to Hammerschmidt, walking the baseline. Good find underneath for Ty Apps. And the Chieftains are going to have one more shot to extend their lead. Let's see if Coach Jones maybe calls a timeout to draw up a play. Nope, he's just going to let his boys play. So we're now 5 seconds. Poggi giving it to Wilson. Wilson taking the shot. Just short. Robbins tries to put it up. Oh! It looked good from here, but it was just on the wrong side of the backboard, and that is how this first half will end. Chieftains have the early advantage, 24-16. We'll be right back after this with the halftime show. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Everybody can make something. because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
All right, the halftime show is brought to you by Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. Community-minded, community-strong. Community National Bank is a small-town bank with big-time capabilities. For a full range of banking services, visit Community National at 231 North Main Street or online at communitynationalbank.net. Now getting back here in Tonganoxie, Dylan Funk alongside John Rushcobb. And John, we just got the stat sheet for the first half, and I know right away when I said, here, look over it because you're better at reading all this number jumbo than I am, you said, holy cow, look at this. Points off turnovers.
Well, to be fair, cow was not the word I used, but we'll go with that safe for broadcast. 16-4 edge by Tonganoxie again. We talked about this again with the girls' game against Wamego. You know, the Lady Chieftains kind of struggled off of that. But when you can almost, when you can quadruple your opponent's output on points per turnover, when you're matching them, 13. The turnovers, the raw turnovers, 13-11. Eudora's turned over 13 times. Tongi's turned over 11. But Tongi is making Eudora pay,
Absolutely.
And Eudora is not able to return the favor. So that's
I mean, the amount of points that Tonganoxie has off Eudora's turnovers is the same amount of points that Eudora has had all night. That's pretty impressive. And again, like we've said before, that's just not a good recipe for success. You're gonna end up losing that match almost every time. But we still have a second half of basketball to play, so anything can happen. Yeah.
One of the other things that kind of jumps out on me on this is blocks. We talked about the defense from Tonganoxie, strong down in the lane, and 6 blocks tonight. That is a huge number. Huge number at any level, but at the high school level, that's a particularly big number.
Yeah.
And it's not just one guy that's doing it. Wilson's got a couple, Robbins, Poggi, and all those are kind of smaller guys. And then the one that floors me, Riley Beach. Riley Beach, point guard, flying around, but he's earned 2 blocks.
Yeah.
You don't expect to see your point guards. He's Riley Beach on the roster is 5'8". That's like, I'm thinking, you see those memes of like Spud Webb and, standing next to Dikembe Mutombo, and,
right.
That's just not a recipe that you expect to see a block, but to see him pick up a couple, that's, big.
Yeah, now seeing Riley Beach up close, I don't know if 5'8" is true. Maybe more 5'9", 5'9.5", but I mean, still, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's still under 6 foot, and putting that up is good, especially in this game. If you're under 6 foot, you're obviously at some disadvantages, but he's making up for it with his athletic ability and just kind of his hustle.
Absolutely.
And he's been doing it all season too. It's not just a now thing. I mean, he's been doing it all season long. And looking over at Eudora's right now. Looks like leading scores. Nobody has more than 5. As we talked about, number 24, the freshman Logan Sullivan. He is one of those.
And Hammerschmidt the other with 5, and Andrew Wilson leading the Chieftains with 7, but again, Chieftains very spreading the offense with 6 players in the scorebook tonight to just 4 for Eudora. Again, it's great to see the spread offense and Chieftains. And the other thing is that is going to be interesting to watch as the game continues is looking at the shooting percentages. Eudora is only hitting at 27.3% from the floor.
45%.
And then 45.5 for the Chieftains. That's, again, taking advantage of every opportunity you get. That's a great recipe for success. And hopefully the Chiefs will be able to take this result tonight and build into tomorrow's 5th place contest against Wamego.
And one thing that instantly sticks out to me, this is almost very, very similar. It was, to the last time these two met. It was a little closer at halftime, but it was kind of the Chieftains were shooting really hot in the first half. However, when it came to the second half, their field goal percentage went way down, and they almost ended up losing that game after, quite frankly, on paper, really dominating that game. So definitely something we will be keeping our eye on, see if they come out, and it's what offense is going to come out of that locker room for Coach Jones. So we'll see about that. And, of course, Eudora is going to try to come and try to fight back as well. So
I know we talked a lot about Riley Beach on the court, and I know I definitely want to take a moment to thank the Beach family and all of the folks here at Tonganoxie High School. Been amazing hosts throughout this week. Again, the hospitality room has been great. Even in, it's one of those things, having been around a bunch of events, I was honestly expecting there to be no hospitality room with the pressures of COVID and all that stuff, but not only did they have one, and it was well distanced and everything like that, it was great.
Yeah, it was absolutely great. And like we said, hats off, the Beach family, John, Nikki, and even Mason coming back, helping out. The Dima Ramville family, they were the ones, every time you went in and you wanted food, they always helped you make the sandwich, make your plate, whatever it was. And, and more. I mean, it's more than just, 4 or 5 people running the show. It takes a whole, entire squad to do this, all the way up to the administrators here at Tongi, putting this tournament together, and the respective teams coming to play in this tournament. And, I mean, this is a week-long ordeal. I mean, it's 6 days of just hard work, and our hats are off to everybody who did a part, no matter how big or how small, putting your time and effort, volunteering, putting out for this. We're doing well. All right, we're getting close to the start of halftime. We'll take one more break. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Community-minded, community-strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small-town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
All right, thanks for the support from all of our sponsors. Tonganoxie Sports Live is proud to provide tonight's coverage of Chieftain Athletics free of charge. If you enjoy our broadcast and would like to show your support, please go to www.tonganoxiesportslive.com/donate and make a contribution. Thank you to all of our sponsors, fans, coaches, administrators, and most importantly, the student athletes for making this all possible. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and never miss out on a broadcast by subscribing at youtube.com/Tonganoxie Sports Live. And we are getting ready to start the third quarter here as we are now under a minute left. Dylan Funk alongside John Roshko. It's been absolutely fast and furious here for the Chieftains. It's been one of those nights for almost anything they put up. About half of the time it's going down, so that's always nice, but it's all about, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And, Coach Jones and his squad definitely looking to keep that hot streak going and finish strong here in the second half.
Absolutely, and one of the things that we've remarked about is the ability of this Chieftains squad to finish is not doubtful, but again, there have been games where they have kind of struggled a little bit, and hopefully we'll see the Chieftains come out and keep the pedal pushed all the way to the floor and get going. And
I was looking down over here in the Tongi bench. It looks like the original starting 5 will take the floor for them, and I assume Eudora will be the same. And again, for the Chieftains, it's Poggi, Robbins, Wilson, Bond, and Beach. As Eudora is looking to break their huddle, it looks like it's going to be Hammerschmidt, Fawcett, Apps, and Raider. So both squads' original starting 5s are back out to start the second half. Eudora will get the opening possession. And Again, active fans there by Heston Robbins, almost coming away with the steal there, trying to poke it away. And there you go, Dallas Bond finishing down low. Kind of on patrol down there, picking that pass off. There's Beach as he's looking to set up the offense. Wilson coming out free from underneath, and he's looking. He's going to give it to Robbins. Out to Poggi, he's going to give it back to Beach. Chieftains looking to maybe try to work the ball back inside, but Eudora doing a great job of having 3 guys down there. Poggi tried to take the jump shot, and it was just a great block there. Beach is able to collect, and they're going to call the foul on Hammerschmidt as he was chasing after it.
Again, possibly a little bit overzealous on the shot there from Poggi, but Chieftains able to retain possession. And
now one of the big things here is that you have a very, a decent sized lead here, so it never hurts when you're down the offensive end to, like we talked about the game before, watching the St. Thomas Aquinas girls. They did a great job at patience, passing the ball around, chewing up clock, and also, finding that open shot and able to capitalize on it. Robbins is going to take the shot from the free throw line. It was short. Wilson tried to poke it away, but Hammerschmidt is right there to collect. Zaps. Down low to Fawcett. Trying to give it back to Habs. Good defense there by Poggi on the baseline. And Fawcett again trying to put it up just a little too strong right into the hands of Riley Beach as he brings it up the court. He's going to drive, try to take it himself off the glass. Almost got it to collect, but Dallas Bond is right there to finish on another second chance opportunity for the Chieftains. And the lead is now back out to 10. And we're going to have a jump ball here, and the possession arrow is in favor of the Chieftains.
Dallas Bond going with the unconventional, just kind of wrapping his legs around the ball, trying to grab onto that there. And
by any means necessary.
Exactly. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Beach, he's being contested by Hammerschmidt, but he's going to try to drive. He's going to kick it out to Wilson. Wilson telling the offense to reset. Poggi cutting around. He ends up getting the ball. Taking the good screen from Robbins on Apps. It goes to Beach, and off the side of the corner of the backboard, Hammerschmidt collects, and he's going to give it to Rader for the easy finish. Wilson was in pursuit, but he was just a few steps behind. Couldn't come back to get the comeback block.
And just giving a little bit of pressure there. Not you're careful not to make contact and draw a silly foul, but that's going to stay with the Chieftains.
Yep. Say Novotny will be checking into the ball game. Hanging out Blake Poggi.
Robbins trying to come down with it there and just pokes off the hands of Traeger Rader and out.
Wilson pulling up for 3 and hits it. Great shot there. He had the room and he had the confidence, and he finished with 3. Hammerschmidt couldn't save that ball from going out of bounds. And yet another turnover. And as we talked about in that first half, whenever Eudora turned it over, the Chieftains more than likely made him pay for it, looking to keep the streak going here. Novotny directing traffic. He gives it to Robbins at the left elbow. He gives it back to Novotny. Taking the screen, looking to pass. Wilson, can he go 2 in a row? Yes, he can! Andrew Wilson, back-to-back threes for the Chieftains, and they have their largest lead of the night with 14. That's one player, John, we might not give enough credit to. Andrew Wilson, the junior. He started the season kind of being like Coach Jones's go-to 6-man off the bench, and since then he has taken over the starting position, and he is really starting to come into his own this second half of the season.
Absolutely, definitely earned that spot in the starting 5. And
a good hustle there by Beach to poke it away.
Oh!
Bond collects it. What are we doing here? Oh, no. What did they call it, over and back or a carry? What? I was looking ahead to Bond, so I didn't see what quite what
he
happened.
signaled over and back, but again, as we were having a little tripod issue, again, I got caught doing the same thing as you. As saw Bond flashing through and like, okay, we're gonna follow for the dunk, and
yeah, I thought that was easy 2 points there for the Chieftains. So as Eudora looking to get some type of answer here, Hammerschmidt. He's giving it to him as he's taken on by Beach. Giving it out to Rader, looking down below, and they're going to call a foul on Zane Novotny, and we kind of heard him give his rebuttal to the refs, saying, what? Tongi bench clapping up, saying, don't worry about it, just move on. Good inbound pass down inside to Ham, and that was just almost too easy for the 6'6 sophomore.
A lot of times you just can't defend physical attributes, and when Fawcett's got a good couple inches on, now 3 players for Eudora have a good couple of inches on any man on the Chieftains roster.
Yeah. Now when I look at Jaden Ham, I think he's like Dallas Bond, but taller and lengthier. He's got that broad structure to him, but just a little more taller and broader. Novotny's three was no good, and it was just absolutely taken away from Bond by Rader. And back to Hammerschmidt, now back to Rader. He's going to try to answer with a 3. No good. Here is Riley Beach now. Driving it up the court, trying to slow down, switching directions. He's going to give it to Wilson. Giving it to Novotny. Novotny putting the moves on Rader to get by. Now he's looking, trying to, that one hand kind of pass he does that time, not trying to get to the feet.
I could have sworn that was off of a foot, which should have been a kick ball, but.
Right. And again, those officials we had for that one Piper game, we are blessed with any other official crew. All right, I digress.
I mean, in fairness, the ball did come right back to the Chieftains, so it's not like anything was lost, but just unexpected.
Yeah. An active ball movement here by the Cardinals. Dumbeck swinging it over to Hammerschmidt. He's going to give it out. The Fawcett now back to Dumbeck, driving baseline. Hammerschmidt in the corner. Ham calls for it. Up on the elbow. Now back to Hammerschmidt for 3. And no good again.
Nifty dribble by Novotny to get out of pressure. And
Wilson asking for it, and he gets it. And Jaden Ham was coming in hot to intercept it, but just a few steps behind. Wilson kind of took a little awkward kind of collapse there on the court as he almost fell down, crisscross applesauce away, but spoons in the bowl, boys and girls. I'm sure if they still teach you that in preschool, I know that's what they did for me, but again, that was back in 2004, 2005, so. Anyways, here's Wilson as he inbounds it to Beach. He's just swinging it around. Tylen Simpson coming back into the ball game for the Chieftains. Beach looking down low to Robbins. Good defense there by Ham, trying not to allow it. Wilson calling for the screen. He gets it, tries to go underneath through the contact. Couldn't quite get it, but the Cardinals could not corral it there on the baseline. It'll stay down here with the Chieftains. Now Blake Bogie will be checking into the ball game, taking out Andrew Wilson. Overheat pass to Beach. Dumbeck took a swipe at it. Mikey Conroy also come back into the ballgame for the Chieftains as he slings it to Poggi for the 3. 3 points for Poggi and an assist for Conroy. And good play down low by Ham as he goes strong to the basket, and he'll be going to the free throw line. So going to call that one on number 5, Heston Robbins. That'll be his first foul of the evening. So far tonight, John, the Chieftains kind of playing pretty clean. You know, nobody really is over 2 fouls so far tonight. And they're looking here, looks like Zane Novotny's over. If you're familiar here with Tonganoxie, we got the 2 bleachers down below where the student sections are, and the trainer room is right there in the middle. He's over there talking to the trainer lady, and he is going inside. I believe he was pointing at his hand, so they might be looking to put some tape on that, but we will keep an eye on that. We will let you know. We all anticipate he will be coming back into the ball game. Nevertheless, Conroy tried to make the pass. Apps is there to intercept it. And Eudora trying to draw back closer and closer as they cut the lead down to 12. There's Beach going to drive it himself. Tried to lay it up high, but he draws the contact instead, and now he will be going to the charity stripe. And according to the scoreboard, Eudora is in the bonus, but I do not believe that. I believe that was on Ham. That'll be his 4th, so definitely some foul trouble here for the Cardinals. And right on cue, Justin Fawcett comes in and checks out Ham as he will get some time on the bench. And Chieftain's going to make a substitution himself as Caleb Clark, the 6'4" sophomore, will be coming in for the first time tonight, taking out Heston Robbins. And Beach is able to connect on his second free throw. Chieftain defense looking to stiffen up here and maybe try to get one more possession in before the end of the third quarter. Apps giving it to Loganville. Now, great ball movement down below. Fawcett to Apps, and Apps is able to finish. Chieftains got to get it in. We saw Riley Beach make one half court. Can he do it again? Just short off the iron and no good. We are heading to the last quarter here at Tonganoxie. Chieftains have the 11-point lead, 36-25. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Wizard of Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
And welcome back to Tonganoxie High School. We are ready for fourth quarter action between the Chieftains and the Cardinals here in what we call expedition play in the 62nd annual Tonganoxie Invitational Basketball Tournament. And again, active hands there by Beaches. He almost had another steal, but Apps is there to collect, gets it stripped underneath. Loganville able to put it up. Still no good, and Mikey Conroy collects, and he's coming up fast. As he now gives it back to Beach. Beach head fake, drives, giving it out to Clark. Clark spinning around. He's going to give it back to Beach. Simpson handing it off to Conroy. And now back to Beach. Screened there by Clark. Beach doesn't quite take it. Now he drives. Jump shot. Just a little too strong, but Poggi there. Able to collect it and go up strong. Blake Poggi now looking to finish the three-point play at the free throw line.
And quick recap for folks that were joining us late or not. Everything's Jefferson West had an exposure to one of their JV players, so they've had to put their varsity squad in quarantine. So Eudora lost the 7th place game, and Tonganoxie, of course, lost the chance to play Jeff West last night. So 2 schools came together and said, well, you know what? Let's just play each other.
Yep. And as we talk about both Frontier League opponents, and they have both played here at Tonganoxie High School at the tail end of the 2020 half of the season before winter break, and they still got one more game left to play, and I believe it will be at Eudora's house. So this game could go a long way in serving like who is the winner, between the rubber match if Eudora pulls off the comeback here. As that 3-pointer there definitely gets them a little bit closer. Chieftains looking to answer. Simpson tried to pass it underneath to Clark, and it was picked off. Now here's Hammerschmidt trying to get somebody to cut. He had Fawcett, but Poggi was prepared. Poggi might take that 3. He thought about it. Beach as he gives it to Simpson. Simpson getting the screen from Clark as he tries to dribble in. Maybe lost a little bit of a handle. Ends up giving it back to Beach. And Beach, good find underneath to Caleb Clark, who's able to finish. And congratulations to the young man getting some varsity points on his resume.
I think he actually even set up that play as Beach called for the pick, and Clark came out to set it and opened up, and then dove down low.
And a great play there by Poggi, able to lay it up all fancy. Eudora's going to take another full timeout. We will go ahead and take that with them. You're watching Chieftains basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at Whitebirch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at Whitebirch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
And again, a big thanks to the support of our sponsor. Tonganoxie Sports Live is proud to provide tonight's coverage of Chieftain Athletics free of charge. If you enjoy our broadcast and would like to show your support, please go to www.com/Tonganoxie Sports Live to donate and make a contribution. Thank you to our sponsors, fans, coaches, administrators, and student athletes. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and never miss a broadcast by subscribing at youtube.com/Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's literally just hitting that little subscribe button and hitting the red bell right as you're here on YouTube.
Promise we were trying to get back to you. Our streaming computer was really happy with the donate, so he wants some money. So it's like when you click on something 5, 6, 7 times, it's like, okay, are you going to work? Are you going to listen to me? And then
technology is great when it works, and it's a pain in the rear end when it doesn't.
Fortunately, no points were scored. Just
Yep, and as we see here now, Zane Novotny, he is back out on the court. He's over in the wing. As Wilson taking another 3. I believe that's 3 in a row now for him. He is starting to feel his stride from 3-point range. Got a good answer on the other end by Traeger Raider. Novotny is inbounding. As we can see here, Novotny, he's got that right hand and wrist. Looks like he's got it wrapped up in some tape. I think he's got it wrapped up around the right thumb too, so maybe a hyperextension. We will not speculate. All that matters is that he is back out on the court and seems to be doing well.
Athletic training staff doing quick work to get that young man back out on the court and safe. And
that is one thing. Even my time here in high school and playing football, Mark Padfield and his staff here, and a big thanks, to KU for giving us some of their athletic trainers. I always took great care of all of us athletes, and they got a top notch squad here.
I'm just going to say I'm just incredibly jealous of you guys because our athletic trainers when I was growing up in high school were whichever assistant coach happened to know how to tape your ankle. And
yeah, but we're kind of spoiled in this day and age, as we're always told. A little turnover there by the Chieftains. Cardinals are looking to capitalize on it, and Ty Apps does.
Now, quite frankly, it's long overdue. It's one of those things that I'm a big proponent of. If you're going to expect these young men and women to be out on the court representing your school, you need to treat them with respect, and that means taking care of their bodies both proactively and then reactively when there's injuries and stuff. And
absolutely, player wellness and safety and keeping them all healthy. That is definitely a top priority. That is glad to see take part here in our high school athletics and beyond. Riley Beach checking back into the ball game, taking out Zane Novotny.
I was whistled on Heston Robbins. One of the two Chieftains trying to cut off the drive with the double team, but a little bit of contact.
Here's Rader, gives the head fake, tries to take the three off the glass, cannot connect. Wilson was calling for it down low. He was streaking down the court, but was not seen as he gives it to Beach. Can he make it 4 in a row? Oh! Just a little short, and they're going to get Dallas Bond down low with the foul, a little bit of shove in the back. And now Coach Jones at Tonganoxie is going to take a full timeout here. We will go ahead and...
No, it's just 30.
Oh, is it just 30?
Just 30.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw the signal for full, so that was my bad. Good eye, partner.
Yeah. So like I said, the trick I learned is when you see the entire bench get up and go on the floor, we're staying here. If you see just a couple of guys clearing out of the chairs, starters coming down, and it's funny. I've seen it a lot of college games where when one team thinks that the other squad only has full timeouts left, they go sit and you hear the referees up, it's just 30, it's just 30, and you're just kind of like, wow, okay, it just. I mean, in fairness, it is a technical foul if a team were to extend their seed in the 30-second timeout, but
And you've been covering this game and beyond a lot more than I have, so of course you will know all the.
I hope to pass on my decade plus of useless knowledge to you.
I appreciate it, partner. Maybe someday I'll pass on that useless knowledge to somebody else. We'll see. Shot there was nothing but air, but I believe they're going to call a shooting foul instead, and that again will be on Dallas Bond as he now has 3 fouls to his name, but with a little over 3 minutes left here in the fourth, it's no biggie. Ty Apps will be at the line, shooting 2 for Eudora. Be able to connect on his first. And good on his second. Eudora not quite going down without a fight. It's still an 11-point lead for the Chieftains. They try to pressure Beach, and I don't know about that one. I'm going to say when Beach was charging up the baseline right in front of the Eudora bench, I'm going to say he stepped out of bounds, but I got to tell you, John, I actually had a good vantage point on that one, and I don't know if he stepped out, but yeah, again, he's kind of got those, kind of red type shoes next to the baseline, so we'll see. Let's see if Eudora can cash in on it to cut the lead down to single digits. As Ham gives it to Fawcett, who gives it to Apps. Now to Rader. Hammerschmidt now passing around. He's asking for it back. Fawcett said trying to take it himself, and he's able to connect. Poggi falling down, hitting his knee on the court, but he's back up. Here comes Beach as he's double teamed. And to answer your question earlier, John, yes, players can call timeouts.
As one of those questions we had in the women's game is we saw player for Bonner Springs on her backside in danger of travel, but had the ball firmly secured, and we thought that the coach bailed her out, and because we couldn't tell, and since we were behind the glass, we couldn't hear the referees. Right. But obviously that one was very clearly called. by Riley Beach.
Right.
And the referee confirming it here to the scorebook.
And of course, and one of the things I miss kind of about this tournament is that, you know, the band, they don't make the play, you know, the kids come in and do extra work. So between the timeouts and stuff, we didn't have that, you know, live pep band music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in fairness, since it was kind of a makeup game for everybody.
Right,
you know.
Chieftains looking to work the offense and kill a little bit of time. While doing it as they're looking to take this under 2 minutes left in the fourth. Chieftains doing a great job just passing around and getting the round of applause from their bench. And Ty Apps is going to put it into it and just get called for the foul there.
Everybody take a quick breather and then Wilson will inbound it and start this whole rigmarole again.
And at this point, I guess you could argue it's just kind of really like a game of keep away. You know, you just kind of just keep passing around. And again, one of the advantages of high school basketball is no shot clock. So the Chieftains, if they wish to take up the rest of, you know, the 1 minute and 50 and counting on the clock, they can absolutely do that here.
Now, you know, again, I am kind of surprised that Eudora hasn't come out to foul because they are. The next shot does put Tonganoxie in the bonus, and
yeah, I mean, at this time, there it is right there, and I've been thinking, you know, you don't want to send them to the free throw line and make the lead any larger, but then again, you can't just let them run around and
keep running that time off the clock, and
I mean, you're down 11 with 1:34, and it looks like they still got one more to.
If
you're
I'm looking at the wrong scoreboard, so yeah.
There was a good while in the third quarter. It said Eudora was in the bonus, so, you know. Oh, good save by Wilson, and falling hard on the court, and I'm hoping he just kind of fell on his back.
I heard his head thump a little bit, but, you know, again, he had his chin tucked and popped right back up, so young man looks none the worse for wear.
And the referee's even asking him, like, you're good? He gives him the thumbs up. Now, why couldn't it be like that for Patrick Mahomes, John? Why couldn't he have just given the thumbs up and been good? I know, different circumstances. I know, but.
I totally get it. Just, you know.
Great news for any Chiefs fans listening, though. Patrick Mahomes has cleared concussion protocol. He is officially ready to go for Sunday's AFC Championship game. Look at me bringing other sports news during other sports.
No, I love it. You know, again, you know, obviously, well, I will say I do wish that Mahomes had popped up like Wilson just did, because that would have made everybody in Kansas City a lot less nervous.
Yeah,
but
the gentle legs kind of made me almost lose my lunch when I was watching it. So.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Thankfully, I've seen some pretty horrendous injuries, and you know, again, stuff like that just never makes you feel.
No, it was good to see. He hopped right back up and was able to kind of get back on defense, you know, kind of put his hands on his knees and give a little chuckle and give the referees the all good thumbs up, and we play on.
I think the worst injury I have ever seen is a soccer player getting an ankle broken when his toes are pointing to his calf. That is never a good thing.
Yeah, I don't believe anybody is really ever that flexible. So.
No.
And a little case of the Butterfingers there for Raider as it goes right through his hands, and the ball will go back in possession of the Chieftains. Yeah, we got a huge hole to climb out of if you're Eudora, and I believe with that foul there, that should put Tonganoxie in a 1-on-1 bonus.
Yep.
And
your referee confirms it. And
And thanks to our PA announcer, Coach Morgan, for confirming it as well. So, Chieftains and company with the couple of free throws can ice the game away. Beach missed on the first. Robbins tried to tip it out, tried to plead his case, saying I wasn't the last one to touch it. And the referee says, I'm not trying to hear it, young man. It will go to Eudora. And wide open Ham down low. I don't know quite what happened there, but no need to try to go and foul him. Big heave from Wilson as he gets it down the court to Bond, and Chieftains made very fast work of that court press.
And again, great game awareness by Bond, not going in for the immediate bucket, just looking for the collapsing Heston Robbins, and then Robbins dribbled out, take a good extra 5 seconds off the clock, and
kind of shows that experience there too. Maybe the young gun may have tried to say, here's my chance, but Dallas Bond, the senior, definitely doing it smart there, killing a little bit of clock and wait for his team. Wilson trying to take the lead back up to 11 here. A little strong out the back iron. They will stay at 10. We're approaching 45 seconds left here in the fourth. Eudora still has a huge hole to try to climb out of, and it has to start about 2 minutes ago. Short there. It bounced off the shoulder of Raider. Ham able to save it. And it now goes back to Apps for three. No good. Poggi just going over on top of Hammerschmidt, poking it out. And great job there by Riley Beach to collect it, giving it back to Poggi, and that should do it. What a kind of crazy sequence
that's just
in the game. We had, from the ball bouncing off the shoulder of Rager down here to Poggi kind of literally swapping over the head of Hammerschmidt to collect that ball and end up finishing down underneath. But an all-around very solid performance from the Tonganoxie Chieftains tonight as they win this expedition duel between the Cardinals. Thank you again to Eudora for kind of filling in for this kind of last-second scramble.
And again, it's great because again, both teams will get their full complement of 3 games for this tournament. Again, obviously Eudora losing their chance for tomorrow night, and so it's all shuffling. But we're back with the post-game show right after this.
3.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at Whitebirch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at Whitebirch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
And the postgame show is brought to you by S&S Body Shop. Since 1972, S&S Body has been the place to go to in Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. And again, we are back here at Tonganoxie High School. Dylan Funk alongside John Roshkob, and we just finished up a very, very solid win for the Chieftains tonight over the Eudora Cardinals in an expedition type of matchup. It is the second of now 3 times these two teams will meet. Chieftains taking the first 2 games. Next one will be late in the coming months at Eudora, and you, of course, can watch that game here on Tonganoxie Sports Live on YouTube. Kind of first impressions of the game tonight, John, what'd you think?
Again, we talked about at halftime, points off turnovers, and again, looking at the final box score, Chieftains definitely kept that up as they finished with a 26-10 edge in points off turns, which is, huge number. and especially in an evenly matched turnover game, because again at halftime the margin was 13-11, and final margin there 19-18. Eudora coughed it up 19 times to just 18 for Tonganoxie, but again, making your opponents pay. You're getting, making sure that when you're forcing the turnovers, you capitalize on them and doing the hard work there. A couple of scores in double digits for the Chieftains. Andrew Wilson with 17 and Blake Poggi with 12. Chieftains winning the battle on the glass, 29 rebounds overall to 25. Second chance points for the, again, not a big factor. Again, it was tied at the end of the first half, but the Chieftains pick up 9 off the second chance points to 4 for the Chieftains. Again, finishing, we talked, Chieftains were 44%, shooting 44% at the half. They kind of kept that pace up, finished the game at 44.2%. For Eudora, they finished the game with a 34% shooting pace from the floor. It did capitalize on free throws, 5 of 7, but again, not that many opportunities down the lane, and again, hard to come back. At one point the lead was 46-28 for Tonganoxie, and an 18-point deficit is hard for anybody to come out of when you're not doing the job on the turnovers. And
definitely from earlier in the season when Coach Jones said his squad had a hard time coming out in the second half and finishing games, I believe tonight the Chieftains came out and, like you said, kept that pedal straight through the floor and, almost on the road and just, boat raced Eudora out of the gym tonight. And, again, all-around solid performance as we're going to go ahead and look here at the now updated bracket. Of course, that Jeff West game was, postponed, and we see Eudora down there, and they will finish now with the 7th place, right?
Yep. Yeah,
so
Eudora's done for the weekend, finished in 7th place.
So now tomorrow we will be back here. I believe it's at 6, though, right?
It is at 4. It's actually moved up to 4 since it's the only game.
It is at 4.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's going to be 4 p.m. tomorrow at the West Gym. We'll bring that game to you. The Chieftain Activities channel will have the 3rd place and championship game. Again, Bonner Springs taking on Metro Academy for 3rd, and they're going to tip things off at 4 o'clock. And then DeSoto will take on Holton in the championship game at 6, and that's going to be
that's going to be a great game. We saw firsthand, Holton. That's a very well-rounded basketball club they got there. And DeSoto, every year as I can remember, either the boys or the girls are always making an appearance in the championship game as they know how to play good basketball up there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking, again, I know the scores are kind of tough to read on the small monitors, but DeSoto handily defeating Bonner Springs, and Holton handling Metro Academy pretty easily as well. So again, it'll be interesting to see how those two teams square off for the championship, and
It'll definitely be exciting, but you can definitely catch us again. Like my partner said, we'll be on tomorrow at 4. We'll be in the West Gym. It'll be Tonganoxie against Wamego. The winner will take 5th place. The loser will take 6th. And it's something that's just kind of like Coach Loomis' squad. They lost their first 2, and then going into that last game, finishing on a high note. And the Chieftains are definitely looking to build off of tonight's win, and go out tomorrow on a high note. As like we talk about that back half of the schedule for Tonganoxie, it's got some great opponents, and unfortunately we got to go on the road for a few of them. We can't just enjoy them from here like we have been ever since that December 8th road trip up to Atchison. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're starting off with Metro Cat. We're at Heritage Christian Academy. Sorry, the academies down south kind of all blend together. Again, we'll be bringing you that doubleheader live. I want to say it's a 5:45 tip-off, so we'll be on the air about 5:15, 5:30, somewhere in there. Regardless, check Tonganoxie Sports Live, and we'll get all that stuff to you.
And if you subscribe, you'll automatically know as soon as we go on the air.
It'll ping that up. And, again, 'cause one of the things that I always love watching as we start our live stream is to see that little number under viewers waiting. And, I keep seeing that number tick up every week, and it just makes me feel good that you guys are that excited to hear our voice. No, we know better. You're excited to watch your sons and daughters play. But, again, we are excited to bring that to you. And
we are just as happy to be here for every game like we did in the fall, and we are just as happy to be doing it here in the winter. And as we start looking ahead, the preparation for spring sports is going to start cranking up here as we get closer to February. Look forward to that as well.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that will conclude matters for us tonight. On behalf of the Harris Media Services and my good old partner, JR, I'm Dylan Funk, and we will see you tomorrow at 4.
You've been watching Tonganoxie High School Athletics on your new home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by Brothers Market, Community National Bank, Midwest Chiropractic Center, SNS Auto Body, The White Birch Agency Realty Executives, Physical Therapy Solutions, First State Bank and Trust, the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission, and Wizard of Paws. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.